So if you're only ever going to buy one electric bike, it should be the Riese Muller Charger 4, and today we're going to show you why that is. Hello, I'm Dan from Edmo Electric Bikes, and today we've come to North Devon, specifically Lynton and Lynmouth, and we are heading up into Exmoor. Hopefully you can see this is where we're going, just up over that way, and most importantly, can you see the sign here? It says we're about to climb a 25% hill. This is just to get us warmed up and ready to start for the day.
That is one pretty steep hill. Ooh.
Our plan today is to, first of all, we're going to make our way up onto the top of the little railway there, but we're planning to go off up into the Valley of the Rocks.
Bit of turbo, easiest gear. We are going up very nicely.
These bikes are perfect for the type of ride we're going to do, leisure riding, straightforward, good fun biking. Oh, that wasn't any fun. Oh, that's the most work I've done in years. Oh, I'm not rushing back to it again.
You know what they need? A railway.
Oh, now that's an idea, isn't it?
Just go straight up the side of that hill.
Well, you're not thinking, surely here they would need the world's tallest and steepest, fully water-powered vertical railway.
If only. Man, this bike is smooth. Just such a joy to ride.
Literally, what, 5 minutes ago? And you can see the harbour wall we were on. It feels like I was there 5 minutes ago, but you can see the climb wall. And guts. It's a bit weird. One of the strangest things I've seen on a bike ride. Just coming up round the corner already, we are at Valley of the Rocks. So I thought it was going to be a bit of a double climb. Just goes to show that I haven't paid any attention to the route. That rock looks pretty precarious.
So far, how's it going?
So far today, big hill, very big hill, but other than that, really easy going ride, nice and
Thank you.
Yeah, undulating. We're literally sitting on a path here that's running along the top edge of the cliff, and as we look down over, there's not much down off the edge, but we're like in an ancient woodland as well, so it's really nice, and there's no cars, so we've seen 2 people walking along this road, I think, and that's pretty much it. No traffic. It's lovely. It's worth coming to. Hello. See, this is what they're made for, isn't it? This sort of nice, steady, undulating.
It's just so smooth as well.
It is lovely, isn't it? There's Rufus up in front with all his filming kit. He said his filming kit. I haven't checked his bags, but I reckon it's sandwiches. So now we're riding along. We've done Vario a lot. We've done the Valley of the Rocks, the ancient geology, and the goats. We've just ridden past Lee Abbey and the turning down to Lee Bay. So we're making our way along the coast now. I think the next one is Woody Bay, so it's whether we hang a right and go down to Woody Bay or not. And then a little bit further on is Headon Valley. So this is me and Rufus now riding on a bridle way. It's a little bit slippery and we've got road tyres on, so hopefully one of us is not going to disappear over the cliff in a minute. So I guess this is a good example of on these bikes. We're running on the Super Moto X, so these are GT bikes, so they've got the wider tyre on them. The pressure on them is reasonably low today. I haven't bothered pumping them up hard for the road riding. and we're riding along this sort of, I guess it's a gravelly path covered in leaves, so it is actually probably a little bit slippery, but I'm riding it with no problem at all. I'm not slipping, and it's actually quite comfortable. One of the benefits of having the big fat tyres is that when you ride them with a slightly lower pressure in them as well, this uneven sort of track, it takes out a lot of the vibration and it makes the bike a lot more comfortable. And we've also got a Cane Creek thud buster on these bikes, so that's giving us a little bit more cushioning as well. So Cane Creek thud buster is a little rubber diamond shaped piece in the saddle, in the seat post, and essentially as you bounce up and down on it with your bum, it just gives a little bit and works a bit like a sort of a soft suspension bit of post in the post. And of course, most important, if you are thinking of this is going to be the one e-bike that you own, it's got a Bosch motor and Bosch batteries and display in it. Bosch is an incredibly good quality motor and battery manufacturer, and we see the least problems with these types of systems. So if you are thinking of buying a bike, just a one bike, or even a couple of bikes for you and your partner, but you're not planning to buy another one in 2 years, you want them to last for the next 10 years, 15 years, then really do consider buying something like a Riese Muller Charger 4. This is the whole reason of coming for a bike ride.
Yeah.
We didn't actually ride very far other than to the car park. Quick summary of today's ride. We've travelled up to North Devon for our ride today, starting down in Lynton and Lynmouth. We planned a route on commute that was about 16.5 miles with about 2,700 feet of climbing. Perfect. With this ride, I had in mind that it'd be quite nice to do as a sort of a leisurely weekend ride. I'd probably make 2 revisions in that. There's 2 massive hills. One is at the very start, Lynton and Lynmouth, and the other one is as we left the pub and Rufus had been drinking beer and he had to cycle straight up a hill. 25%. But if you were to drop those 2 out of the equation and even just do a to the Hunters in and back again from the Vario rocks, you've got an incredible ride that would happily take you sort of 2 or 3 hours just plodding along. For the first time in quite a while, I ended up out the saddle and pumping to get up the hill in turbo in the lowest gear. These are Vario hubs, so we haven't got the lowest of gears. Thank you. Mainly, I think what we're trying to do is look at if you're going to buy one e-bike, so you're not going to buy another e-bike for 10 or 15 years, you're going to want to buy a good bike, you're going to want to buy well and buy once. This is probably the best bike that you can go for. So although these bikes aren't equipped specifically for off-road riding, so they don't have the knobbly tyres, they don't have the full suspension or anything, there was a couple of sections where we were riding in some loose leaves or some uneven rocky ground, and these bikes were more than capable. At no point did me or Rufus die, which was good. There was a couple of points maybe where there was a little bit of a slip of the back tyre, but there was nothing significant at all. So what we're really looking at is these Moto X tyres, which are predominantly for the road, will happily get you on the gravel paths, the canal paths, the bridleways. With these Charger 4s, when you're deciding on buying your bike, one of the things you're probably going to be looking at is maybe you're not a cyclist at the moment, but you definitely want to be getting out there and doing something. Maintenance on a bike is one of those things that's a real pain in the backside if you get the wrong thing. So these bikes are fitted with belt drives and Enviolo hubs, so completely sealed hubs and belt drives that don't need any oiling at all. So when you go to your bike and you take it off the back of your camper van or you take it out of your garage, it's immediately there and ready to ride. So maintenance free on these bikes is really, really important. Other thing that these will do over-the-air updates as well. So you don't need to get back to the bike shop again. You don't need to go and have it sort of serviced, have all the software updated all the time. Connect this to your Wi-Fi or your Bluetooth on your phone and the bikes will do all the software updates. Another important feature of these Charger 4s from Riese and Muller is the comfort of them. So if you're going to be spending a day in the saddle riding these routes, you don't want to be sitting on a really harsh, narrow saddle and uncomfortable on a rickety old bike. So These are great because they've got big fat tyres on them. So these are the Schwalbe Moto X tyres. I think they're 2.35 width, but they're a big volume tyre. Today we've been riding them reasonably soft, which hasn't been very efficient, but most importantly, it makes the ride really, really smooth. So if you come to a bit of uneven ground, you'll find that it dampens that and makes your ride quite nice. Additionally, you'll find that they have things like the ergon grips, which make the handlebars comfortable to hold. The Cell Royale saddles are big and squashy and comfortable, and they have a Cane Creek thud buster built into the seat post as well, so it gives you a little bit of extra suspension to make the whole bike incredibly comfortable. If you're undecided as to what you want to do with your e-bike when you get it, but you've got in your head you're going to have an e-bike, the Charger 4 is a really good place to start, because you can go anywhere from a narrow road tyre with a chain and cassette up to these big, fat, knobbly off-road tyres with a belt drive and a Vario hub. Loads of upgrades and enhancements that you can make to really mean this bike can do anything. If you've enjoyed watching our video today, don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, come and buy one from us. That's the other thing. You've got to come and buy one. Pick up the phone, give us a call, come and have a chat with me, come and try the bikes and see what they really are like. This is most important. So from Hunter's Hall, the rules were, if you didn't eat all your lunch, you had to bring it with you. So most practical, I've got here, here we go. You'll see that this is the leftovers of my lunch. It's had a strap on it from the rack, but it's actually looking quite nice. So looking good. Tastes quite nice actually. It's a hair.